Welcome to this Saturday seminar, Self-Image, Raise Your Deserving Levels. I am Laura McGahey and I'm happy to see you here. Thank you for joining me. Your time is precious, so is mine, and I want to make the most of it. So I'm happy to have you here. This is a new initiative on my part because I'm just really inspired, and I've been really digging deep and learning some content from my company, Procter Gallagher, and I just felt this urge to share. So here I am. And I thought, what better day to saturate our minds with great information than Saturday? So here we go. Even if you're listening on another day, this can still work. You are here because you want a breakthrough. So perhaps you already know what you want, what your goal is, but you're having trouble getting there. You keep hitting barriers. And so you're wanting to come through to the clear air, to the bright light, and find your way. So you're in the right spot because I'm hoping that what I say will resonate and you can integrate it in your life to help you break through and realize the dreams that you desire. A little bit about me. My name is Laura and I live in Switzerland, but I am originally from Canada. That's important. And you'll see in a minute. I am a goal-oriented person who knows what she wants, but also I'm really keen to help you get what you want. So that's really what my mission is now, is to help people realize their inner power and realize their strengths and empower them to move along on their journeys towards the success that they want. Aside from that, my heart really is with the connections, the people around me. It is with Earth. So I'm a mom. I have a puppy. I'm an educator of about 20 years, working in international school in the public system. I am playful. I love adventures, and I love finding solace and joy in nature. So those are some main components to me, what makes me who I am. But altogether, I just really value this life. Everything in life starts with your mindset first and your actions second. Your actions follow your feelings, and your feelings follow your thoughts and beliefs. To make a shift, to free your energy, start with getting your mind right and then take action. This is from Sylvester McNutt III. And wow, what if we only all knew this starting out, right? We really have to get the inside right before we can really get the results that we desire in the outside. So everything that we have and that we see around us in our world is coming from our inner callings. So I'm here because I really believe in this material. I believe in miracles. I believe in a miracle as a shift in perspective. So when we can find new perspective around something, it really frees us and it opens us up to a whole world of new learnings. And so when we're stuck, we can really look to see what else can I explore that will help me feel better. And I've experienced this multiple times in my life. So this is my own picture here, which is just magnificent. It's over one of the Great Lakes here in Switzerland. And I just find that when we really believe in the best, we look for the best, and the best comes to us. So we attract that back out. And like I said, I've experienced it multiple times in my life, a couple times quite with significant things, which I'm going to explain one of them here soon. But I also experience it in little ways every day, little miracles. So self-image, you're here because you want to explore your notion of your self-image and how it can, in transforming it and upgrading it, it can help you break through to that success you desire. So you're looking in the mirror and you really have to, there's a disconnection. You're looking at something that is not you, but you want it to be, right? So it's like, why is this not happening to me? Why is it not happening for me? Well, we have to become that person. We have to embrace the qualities of that future self first. Real rich, raise your deserving levels with a self-image of success. And this is what I want to help you create today, this understanding of where a blockage could be. Now, real, because I want us to be authentic. I want it to come really from your inner truths, not any external conditions or an external input. And rich, I really see as prosperous in all domains of life, whether it be relationships, money, work experiences, opportunities, adventure, love, etc. So whatever spirituality, whatever that richness is for you, that you experience it. Raise your deserving levels. So again, whatever your goal is, whatever you're wanting to achieve, you need to embrace that self-image, those qualities and characteristics, that vision and those feelings first. So who am I? I am a success consultant as well, and it wasn't always that way. I'm a success consultant with the Procter Gallagher company, and I'm really proud of this because it has been quite a journey in the least. So here I am in 2003, jumping out of an airplane. Yep. And so that's me in the front with the partner, the tandem jumper there. And this happened on a whim. A girlfriend in university called me up and said, "Hey, let's do this, join this club with our university and go skydiving." I was like, "Okay, that sounds like a great idea." So I've had this with a lot of reservation. I've had this adventurous spirit in me from very early on. And when I recognize it, I remember it, and I can really embrace those qualities of this person when I'm doing and going and taking other risks. So when I'm, going up in the airplane, I don't know if you've ever done it, skydiving, but at one point they opened the door of the airplane and, it's like jump out. And I remember, the wind just flapping your face. It's so strong. And they're like, jump, 3, 2. And that is the moment that I felt the most fear. When I actually jumped out, it was this sort of elation and this joy, this peace, and really a deep trust. And that you don't even, I don't know, think of the worst. It's crazy. So it's really that moment before you go and you break through that barrier that is the most fearful. And so to believe that when you can get on the other side, that there can be joy and a fulfilling experience. Later on in my life, so that was early university, early 20s. And then my late 20s, I decided to make another big leap. So this is me here in 2011, the summer of 2011. I decided to go to Nice, France. This is the Côte d'Azur, before installing myself in Switzerland. So before that, I realized through different situations that I just wasn't happy in my previous situation in Canada. And I had all of the sort of markers of success. I had a great job. I had a fiance. I had the house with 2 dogs. It was all really perfect. And I had have a great family, beautiful friends. So a lot was going right for me, but something still inside me was really gray and really not happy. And so I decided that I needed to make a change. And so with my teaching certificate, I knew I could go anywhere in the world. So I drew out a list of things that I really wanted for my life. And that's in part what got me here to Switzerland. So I'm still in Switzerland and I absolutely love it. And my experiences here have absolutely opened up my life to a whole new world of possibility and a whole new trajectory, which I'm super proud of. So it's drawing on those experiences again that really fills my cup and empowers me. And now that I'm doing what I'm doing here is leading you is really drawing on the strength of that person that has already done these incredible things. I did it right. I did not know what I did right. I was an unconscious competent. That's a phrase that Bob Proctor would say. In making this significant change for my life, it was a really difficult change to make because of certain permits and whatnot, but I can't believe it actually happened. And so when I look back and think about all that went right for me to be able to live and work in Switzerland, I'm really, question myself, what did I do? And so that set me on a whole other learning. So the past 10, 12 years, I've really been digging deep into personal development material to understand, how did I do that? And how did this magnificent life open for me? And I understand now that it was really connecting to the feeling. And so in connecting with the feeling, I had this vibration of attracting all that I desired in my life. And it raised me to this, I embodied this new person. I raised my vibration and I attracted these beautiful circumstances to my life. And then fast forward to now, about 2 years ago, I was thinking of leaving my teaching job in the school and becoming this consultant. And so I had to make another leap. And I knew again deeply within me that I wanted it, but I didn't know how it was going to happen. And that's when Mr. Bob Proctor showed up in my feed. And I started getting really in touch with all of his content. And I ended up joining his company, the Proctor Gallagher company, as a consultant. And that's the last piece I needed to fit into my puzzle for now, of really helping others to live this empowered and magnificent life. And when we realize that we really can direct ourselves in the direction that we choose, it's absolutely magnificent and so empowering. And so that's what I love to do now. Bob Proctor would always say, you can't outperform your current self-image. And I never really understood that because I was unconscious. I didn't know what I was doing. I knew I wanted to change and I drew up lists and feelings, etc. But I wasn't conscious of the effect that would have. So when he said this, I've been really, puzzling in my mind how to wrap my brain around this and get my thinking around it. And I understand it now. And this is what I want to help explain to you. So who you are now can't be that next person until you embody the qualities of that self person. So we need to, in our imaginations, upgrade ourselves before we can actually be that person. And I'll help you in understanding that now. So we want to bring back that needle, that worthy meter, to the green. We want to fill you up with information and understanding that you can apply in your life right now to help you break through and get the success you desire. So a program. What is self-image? Self-image is a program that's been installed in you through relationships. It affects your relationships. It affects your money. It affects your self-worthiness. It affects the attraction capacity. It affects your fulfillment. What is it? How did it happen? It happened through installed programs in your subconscious mind. And I'm going to explain this further. It happens through the beliefs that you've embraced, habits that you've picked up, concepts and ideas, etc., from other people, other things, and you've let them sit within you. Well, how to improve? It can be replaced. This is the good news, is the program, your self-image program, can be replaced and should be upgraded, just as we upgrade other things in our lives, like our computer programming, our phone software. Well, we need to upgrade our self-image to embody the characteristics and qualities of that future self. Now, we can undo unwanted and unhelpful patterns. We can select anew, and we're going to repeat them and envision them with feeling, as I mentioned that I did before. Envision it and really couple it with the feelings of that new situation, which will help you bring about your new next level, up-leveled self-image. Learn who you are, unlearn who they told you to be. So we are not alone. The ones who are trying to level up, you are not alone. I'm not alone. We're in this together, and we are learning to embrace our truths, to know our truths, and unlearn anything that doesn't resonate. So we've picked up a lot from our previous situations, relationships, etc. And we need to really have the quiet time, the space to listen to our inner callings, our inner voices. And oftentimes we know by feeling if something's right for us or not. And we need to really embrace and let ourselves be who we really are. When we suppress who we really are, then it leads to depression and dis-ease. We're not at ease in our own bodies. Let's look here to understand a little bit better about how these programs got installed in us without our permission. So like I said, the good news is we can undo it. So this lesson I teach in my main program, Thinking into Results, and it's a great image to show how we have a conscious mind. This is a very simplified version, okay? So a conscious mind, the top half, we're understanding that information is coming into our lives. Like, you see a notification and you respond to your message, you see that and you're allowing that information in. So we're consciously, living our lives and allowing in some information. We also have, though, our subconscious mind. This is more deeply rooted, which is why it's the bottom half. And so these programs have been offloaded to us from a lot of the times other people, whether it be our schooling, our family, certain cultural sort of beliefs or religious affiliations, etc. So things that we've embraced that aren't necessarily what we would choose if we were really conscious of it. And they're installed in us and they influence our feelings and then our body. So they influence how we act and thus our results. So when we can start to become more conscious, more intentional about what we are participating in and what we're allowing in, we begin to have new programs in our subconscious mind, ones that align with our desires, our future self, and thus creating the feelings that resonate at a deeper and better level and impact our actions and thus our results. So we're really trying to create this conscious, intentional life. But it still can be very playful. So it doesn't mean you have to be serious, but it's just meaning really intentional about and careful about what we let in. So again, the automatic programming that has happened could be in the form of values, doubts that we've taken on from other people. Oh, don't do this. You can right? Worries. I worry about you all the time. And so we're taking on other people's worries. We're taking on their habits. We're taking on possibly their interests and their beliefs. So these can come from many different ways. And the programming, like if you grew up with TV and commercials, like that is ingrained in my brain. Like one for me is milk does a body good. And this is just something that we grew up watching time and time again, and you begin to believe it. So we can start to question those now. That's the good thing as being an adult, and you can start to undo and release those the ties and release which doesn't serve you in your journey. Change is good and it can be really joyful. So it's work, absolutely. It's intention, it's time, but it is so worth it. So with intense desire, with extreme clarity and intense focus, you can really embrace this change and begin to see it in your life. Now, what I love about this is again, we have the inner resources that we need to make this happen. So if we are conscious that there's been some programs that have been installed in us, like one for me, for example, when I was really young and a school age girl, was that I was really shy and I always, I needed to raise my hand more and ask more questions. And so I began to feel, and you hear that year after year, that you're not a good person because you are faulty, you are not raising your hand enough. And I had to be, only becoming an adult that I realized that I'm oddly enough, but I'm an introvert and I enjoy observation. I don't necessarily want to participate and raise my hand all the time. I'm a good listener. So when I begin to say, I don't want to identify with being a shy person, I want to identify with being an observer and a good listener, then I'm empowered, right? It's not a weakness, it's actually a strength. So we have these inner resources that can help us embody the characteristics and the qualities of this future self that we need to be able to break through and be the leaders of our lives that we desire. So one of them is memory. The second one is imagination, and another one is will. There's more, but these are the three main that we're going to identify today as being useful in driving us forwards. Memory. I'm going to ask you to remember, come back to a time when you were that strong, empowered person, when you were listening to your inner knowings, when you were courageous and you had that inner strength to do what you knew was right for you. And like I mentioned before, a couple of mine were, well, I don't know if jumping out of an airplane was the right thing to do, but I definitely used my courage and inner strength to be able to accomplish that goal. But certainly when I was preparing to move abroad by myself into a new country, like a new continent, I have no family here. So it was a really bold move for me, even though Switzerland's very safe, but that's what I wanted. But it was, yeah, it took a lot of courage. And so when I remember that person, I was in my late 20s, early 30s, I can really use that same quality of that person again when I'm making another big risky move. And I can remember how great it turned out. So I'm going to ask you to do the same. I'd like you on a piece of paper to write down memory, big title. And then you're going to leave a bit of space because you're going to come back to this later. And you're going to remember a situation or many situations, if you will. They could even be just small. They don't have to be so grand as far as moving across the world. But perhaps a work situation when you stood up for yourself, perhaps something family related, or joining a volunteer group that you know, initially it's scary to go join into something new, but you had the courage and you joined something that was meaningful to you to help out and serve. So it doesn't have to be grand, but just remember these instances when you were really attuning to your inner knowings and your courage. Okay. Second is the imagination. So again, you can write this down as after your space, you can write down imagination as another title. And I'm going to use the power of my imagination to really step into this future Laura, this future self that I need, this leader that I need to be able to be successful at this next stage of my life. So what kind of qualities would she have? She would be confident. She is committed. She is powerful. She commands herself to do a certain task and she completes it. She is decisive. She makes decisions quickly because that is an effective leader and that is being efficient. So this powerful person is within me. I showed those qualities before and I'm going to show them again. And so I'm using the imagination to also feel her as that person. So these qualities, I'm going to feel her as confident. And so I ask you to do the same with the qualities that you need to have to be able to break through and have that success that you're desiring. You need to be that person now, coupled with that feeling. And thirdly, willpower. So again, write down this title after a big space under imagination, big space, willpower. And you're going to begin to draw on your willpower, this will to stay focused. You need to, with intense focus, you need to develop a burning desire for that goal, that success, that person that you need to be able to reach your desires. You're going to repeat it. So this is one of the strategies, is to repeat it daily and affirm. Affirmations are another strategy. You want to affirm, I am committed. I am decisive. I am attracting to me all of the good that I desire. So with this positivity, this uplifted stance, you are empowered. And you're going to need this regularly because there's going to be many instances at the beginning. They will get less and less, but many instances where you fall back into, oh, but I don't see that result in my current life, so it must not be true. You need to override that and you need to repeat the positive affirmations with this intense focus, this burning desire, and this feeling deep within that you believe that it can be for you too. And again, we know we believe it because we've done it before. So it's not like I can't make it happen again. We're trying to be really intentional about using these strategies and this understanding to repeat it, to replicate ourselves in these great situations. So this is really important. I can't focus on it enough, is the why. We really need to be really clear on the why. Why do I have that goal? And why do I need to be this empowered person? Because that's going to help you tap into the feeling. And again, I have this image here of the brain, the thoughts plugging into the heart center, because that feeling is what's creating the vibration. And so that's a really significant part, is to keep connected to my why. That's where you're getting the feeling from, the emotion, and then that's what's creating the vibration. And so here we have our brain. So not only are we creating vibrations, we are creating new neural connections. So every time that you repeat in your mind, for example, I am empowered, I am committed, I am attracting all the good I desire, those neural connections keep forging more and more and more. And so we're trying to have that be the dominant part of your brain, rather than I am weak, I am shy, I am not able, right? We want to overpower those negatives with the positive. And the more you repeat them, the positives, the more dominant they become. So time after time, it might seem like for a little while nothing is happening, but I can assure you, in your brain, you can't see it, but it's happening, is the development of new neural pathways that support you in the success that you are desiring. So can't stress enough the power of repetition, and even writing out your goal, writing out your I ams, so that you can really begin to have that be the dominant part of yourself. And then, as I mentioned, the need, or the negative, will be less and less, because you will have this really strong part of yourself as the forefront. And then again, the vibration here, the heart, because the feeling it does create the vibration. So when we are wanting to level up, and we're wanting to come from here, and we want a situation which is up here, we need to bring our vibration up so that we can meet it on an equal level. You can only attract what you are. So you have to really raise your vibration consistently, so that the universe can support you with opportunities, people, connections, ideas, little nudges, intuitive whispers, etc. So once you meet that vibration, you will notice all the instances lining up for you that support you in that. And that's the vibration, that your magnetic field. So super important to build those neural pathways, and at the same time, raise your vibration with this elevated emotion regarding your future self. So this is such a beautiful thing to know. Again, you're wanting to break through and experience the success. You've had some sort of blockage. Try upgrading your self-image. Try the exercises that I've outlined here, and see over time if it can make a positive impact. Again, I've experienced it for myself and numerous of my clients as well. So I'm really hopeful that this could be useful for you. And a quick reminder here. So 1 is the conscious mind, 2 is the subconscious mind, and 3 is the body. So 1, we are conscious, we are aware of what's coming in through our senses. And this includes messages from other people. So even me, does it resonate? Is it going to move me along? How can I apply it to my life for good? And so we're looking to be really close guardians of our minds, if you will, to only allow in that which is really going to benefit us. 2 is our subconscious mind, and that's where our programs lie, our habitual programs, our paradigms. So a paradigm is a set of habits, and we're trying to override programs, we are overriding programs that don't serve that elevated state, that are blocking me from growing. Life is for expansion. So are you. So what's blocking me? I want to override it, and I'm going to overpower it with my previous experiences, with my memory. I'm going to remember. I'm going to use my imagination and develop this beautiful vision of myself as this future state with emotion. And I'm going to anchor it in with my repetition, my willpower. And so this will then resonate differently within you and create that vibration that you desire, this elevated emotion, which vibrates out and will help meet you and take action, inspired action based on your vibration, and help you get the results that you desire in your life. So intentionally installing new beliefs, ideas, thoughts, and feelings, etc., around the self-image that you need to embrace in order to rise. The only way to do it is to do it. So at some point we just have to decide. It's being that decisive person. I'm deciding to no longer live in what was. I am deciding to believe that I can be that empowered and decisive and committed person, that successful person that I desire. I am her, and I'm embracing those qualities now. It's a decision to do it and to stick to it. And so this dedication really is key. And this willpower, again, coming in so that you repeat it daily, your I am statements, your visualization, your emotion, and you're embracing the qualities of the person you need to be and to realize your success. And again, whenever you get stuck, it's courage over comfort. So I'm going to find a way. I'm courageous. I am curious. I'm going to choose it over just going back to comfort. And I'm going to raise my vibration, keep in that elevated state. And I am attracting all the success that I desire. I would love to know how this resonates with you. So please don't hesitate to raise your hand here. If you're listening later on, I would love to hear from you if this is helping you to, get past breakthrough and get on your way to the success you desire. I was super inspired by this material, and I hope it resonates with you too.